Hey friends, Damian Mason coming to you with an idea and a concept that can save small businesses throughout America and keep the American economy from falling off the cliff of depression. This is a concept called revenue reinstatement. I'd like you to share this with your elected officials and anybody you know that owns, runs, operates their own small business, and anybody you know that patronizes and enjoys the products of small businesses, which pretty much means share this with everybody, but particularly with any links you might have to an elected official. I have been fairly critical of the Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection program because I see its failings. I have signed up for the PPP as a sole proprietor. I have done all this research, read all these papers, dotted my I's, crossed my T's. I've had dozens of emails with my bank, several phone calls. The problem, there's still no money coming into me, no loans, no forgiveness, no idea for sure what is going to be forgiven. I know what I've read, but is it really going to happen? There's a lot of complexity there. If you want to jumpstart the American economy and you want to get small businesses back in the game, give them their revenue back that has been taken from them. I know this sounds radical, but it's a better path forward and it would have immediate results. Okay, the economy was shut down. I've been critical of that. Small business people would like to just get back to work. Every restaurant owner, dry cleaner, small retail shop, self-employed person, sole proprietor, e-lancer, freelancer, bedroom entrepreneur would like to be working. Trust me, it's what we do. We started our businesses with our bare hands and built it up from scratch. We've been in there on the Friday nights working late, and we've been in there on the Sunday mornings doing what we do. That's not an option right now. By government dictate, the economy has been shut down. Most of us have lost several months. How do we get that back? Revenue reinstatement. I'll tell you why this is a better plan than the SBA's Paycheck Protection Program. The Paycheck Protection Program has been gamed by large small businesses. If you have 500 employees, you're still a small business. Well, those organizations have a bevy of lawyers and multiple employees that can work just on garnering the loans that are going to be forgiven. What about the person that has 7 employees? The shop that you go to, the restaurant you work with. We don't typically have a big lobbying arm. We don't have a budget to go out and commandeer these monies and work these government programs to our advantage. So that's where the real hurt is. And I'm talking about the places you go and drive by every day in your normal life. To make those companies have a fighting chance and to bring the spending back, which will bring the economy back, reinstate their revenue. Why it's better than the SBA Paycheck Protection Program, once again, I will tell you. Many small businesses have a ton of expenses that do not go out the door as payroll. Okay? We have insurances, tons of insurances, contract workers, printing, postage, shipping, internet access, people that handle our websites for us. Those are not payroll. Contract workers, facilities repairs. I can go on and on. Advertising. It's a very big list of expenses. None of those expenses are being covered. They'll be defaulted upon. Insurance premiums will not be paid. This goes on and on. Why? Because these companies have no revenue. Let me share this with you out of the Wall Street Journal. This was a report released Tuesday by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Among healthy small businesses, about 20%, this is across the country, 20% of those healthy small businesses have enough cash on hand that they can operate 2 months without revenue. Healthy small businesses, only 1 in 5 can make it 2 months without revenue. What about the unhealthy small businesses? What about the ones that just are a bit more on a shoestring? You're talking about a day or a week. 1/4 of small businesses have already closed their doors. Another 40% are destined to close within the next 2 weeks, at least temporarily. If we did revenue replacement, rather than the complexity of the SBA forms and the ambiguity, it's very simple. Why is it simple? I'll tell you why. This is my tax return. Every year since I was an 8th grader, I have filed taxes in the state of Indiana. I had my first paid job where I actually had to file taxes when I was 14 years old, mowing a cemetery. Every year since then, I have filed a tax return, and certainly in the last 25 years, I'm now in my 26th year of being a sole proprietor small business. Why am I telling you this? Because the state of Indiana and the federal government know exactly how much revenue I make. I can tell you that $140,000 worth of expenses on my business, not even counting my farm, went out the door last year in expenses. None of that would constitute payroll. But if my revenue were reinstated, meaning if you just gave me back 4 months of my revenue this year, I would keep spending it on all the things I do to keep my business going. And that would keep every other small business going. Versus the programs that are put in place, this keeps a whole bunch more people employed. All the contractors, all the service providers, all of the businesses that you see out there would benefit from a revenue reinstatement. You can even do a deduct, like an insurance policy. Hey, you know what? We're going to do what's your deductible? 20%. Okay, we're going to give you 80% of your monthly. Take last year's gross, divide it by 12, then take it times 0.8. That's 80%. Now you have a number. Now every small business and sole proprietor, an entrepreneur, e-lancer, freelancer, company with 47 employees has their revenue, and they will keep doing the right thing. They will still employ their people. They still will pay all their bills. They will keep this thing moving forward. It's a great deal less complex than what has been put out there. It works for everybody, and it would absolutely save small businesses and get the economy rolling again. Is it expensive? Yes. But guess what? The program that's in place right now is tremendously expensive, and it might be going to the wrong places. Our unemployment would come down immediately. Consider this. Please pass this around. Revenue reinstatement for small businesses. Pass this video to anybody you know that's an elected official and share with them this idea. I'm Damian Mason. I'm the author of Do Business Better. If you'd like, you can pick up a copy of that. It's geared to entrepreneurs and small business people. And if you happen to have a congresswoman, congressman, senator that actually is going to hear me out, I will send them a free copy of Do Business Better. So thank you for considering this. Revenue reinstatement, it would save small businesses. It would absolutely get the economy going again. And guess what? Our economy might just depend on something bold like this.